Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of Let's Talk by Verified. So after the 37th week of Premier League, we are out with the results and we had some amazing matches out there. Liverpool finally lifting the Premier League trophy after 30 years. So the emotions are on the side and let's talk about the West Ham match against Manchester United, which was all square at the Old Trafford. So Shrey, what are your comments about this particular match?
I'm not sure whether Ole approached this game with the right mindset or not because जो टीम उसने खिलाई है उस दिन FA कप वाले मैच की तो that if he wanted to rest De Gea then he could have but उसने रोमेरो को भी नहीं खिलाया एंड तो आधी स्क्वाड को रेस्ट दिया आधे को नहीं दिया जबकि रोमेरो उसका प्रॉपरली सारे FA कप मैचेस में वही खेला है उसको स्टार्ट नहीं देना एक अच्छा मैच नहीं था तो उसके बाद अल्टीमेटली व्हेन यू आर लूजिंग एंड यू कॉल ऑल ऑफ देम बैक तो वहाँ पे पर्पस फेल हो जाता है डिफीट हो जाता है तो और जब वो खेले तो ऑब्वियसली जब वो वेस्ट हैम वाले मैच में दे लुक टायर्ड दे लुक फ्लैट ज़्यादा चांसेस भी क्रिएट नहीं किए वन मोमेंट ऑफ ब्रिलियंस बाय मेसन ग्रीनवुड अदर देन दैट सारी टीम एवरेज थी कुछ खास खेले नहीं बिल्कुल भी नहीं खेले बट नाउ द फोकस हैज टर्न टू द नेक्स्ट मैच डू और डाई विनर टेक्स ऑल so they'll have to get a point at least.
Yes.
But obviously, avoiding a defeat will be a task. You cannot approach the game by saying that we only need a point और हम बस एक point के लिए जाएंगे. Obviously वो भी win के लिए जाएंगे. Same point. Leicester भी जाएगी और Leicester का home है. वैसे तो fans नहीं है but फिर भी you will give them a slight edge, a nudge. So it will be very interesting to see.
But talking about the last match Leicester played against Tottenham, that was a real battle for them because they lost 3-0 at home ground of Tottenham. So since seeing that particular match, I would say that still United can take over Leicester. What do you have to say about
there are a lot of points. Leicester के back four में उनके main starters नहीं है. Ben Chilwell, Ricardo Pereira और Soyuncu. These are not playing and on top of that Maddison is also injured. He's also out.
Mm-hmm.
So Leicester are a lot of players short. They keep starting players नहीं है. Starting के 11 वाले players नहीं है. So that gives them the edge. And seeing the performance after resumption of the Premier League, Leicester और United की जो performance है both opposite ends पे है. United has been amazing, just brilliant, and Leicester has been losing points since then. So you'll give the nudge to United, obviously.
Okay, I'll come back to you after this, asking you a question about Rashford. But let's talk to Hardik. Hardik, seeing the current situation of Chelsea played really well against Liverpool. The home match of Liverpool, where Liverpool actually lifted the trophy. It was a great match. We saw 8 goals out there. So, what are your views about the Chelsea's performance?
So yeah, Lampard tried his best to get a point and to get it was known that obviously Chelsea would find it difficult to win against Liverpool. It was their home ground and obviously they have to lift the trophy on that day. So we as a Chelsea fan was expecting a draw more or less and a loss was like expected only. So it was not that heartbreaking. The Lampard, what he did, he used the same starting 11 which he used against the Manchester United FA Cup fixture. The only difference was the keeper. Kepa was playing this game against Liverpool. So the first major drawback Chelsea faced was with Kepa. क्योंकि अगर हम देखें कि जो भी free kick he tried to say, Kepa was just standing and he didn't even try to take a jump in order to save that. Like it was on the top left corner, but he could have tried. Like if you see 5 goals Liverpool just netted, so out of 5, 3 goals were like Kepa was just standing and didn't even try to save those goals. So it seems that Kepa wasn't that motivated to save these goals. So the first drawback came here. The second drawback was Pulisic was not in the starting 11 in this game. Because what we saw that when Pulisic came on the in the second half, when Pulisic came, the game drastically changed. He gave an assist and also scored 1 goal.
Right.
So Pulisic was someone who can easily move through the Liverpool defense and score goals and assists. So Frank Lampard should have started him in the starting 11. So these were the 2 drawbacks that Chelsea faced, and obviously we see that Chelsea defense was more versatile as compared to Liverpool, because the last goal that we conceded was more or less a counter attack in which our back three, Rudiger, Zuma, and Aspi couldn't tackle these Liverpool forward. So yeah, Chelsea needs to work on the defense more in this season and in the coming transfer window, because if we see, the attack was good. Olivier Giroud also scored a goal, and that was okay. That whatever type of goal Giroud scored a tap-in goal basically, but that
Right.
it will be counted as a goal. So we can say that yeah, Chelsea forward are good, but Chelsea needs to strengthen in defense,
Right.
because like this we will continue to concede goals.
All right. So
Yeah.
I would like to turn on the focus of this conversation towards the relegation side. So as I told, West Ham has booked its spot in the Premier League now. So the real battle lies between the three teams: Aston Villa, Watford, and Bournemouth. Now I would like you all to say a few words, like what is your prediction about which four teams will, as Norwich City is confirmed relegating and moving to the championship. So which three teams will be relegating with Norwich City? So Noam, I would like to start with you. What, according to you, is
Uh,
the situation out there?
well, I believe Arsenal and Watford match. I guess Watford will find it very difficult to beat Arsenal, and the match is at the Emirates Stadium. And we've seen Arsenal's consistency all throughout the season, but still, as compared to West Ham versus Aston Villa might find it a little bit easy, because West Ham might rest some of their players because they've secured their place in the Premier League for next season. They just needed 1 point mathematically, and Aston Villa has seen some real form in the likes of Trezeguet. He's been scoring goals, and I believe they just defeated Arsenal also last time round. So I guess Aston Villa will stay next season along with West Ham. So I see Watford, Norwich, and Bournemouth going down. And
Right.
Bournemouth are be playing Everton, so yeah, Everton will also like to finish
Very
the season on a
difficult.
high. Yeah.
Right. So
Also,
okay.
I am not a big fan of changing a manager just 2 games before the final game, before the end of the season. I don't know what was the think tank behind it. Why was this decision taken? But you could see the
I
last
believe
match
there was
of
some
Watford.
management issues because when Watford last sacked their manager, I was Kiko Sancho Flores, I guess, and then Nigel Pearson came in and took over.
Mhm.
After he took over, we saw a sudden change in the form of Watford. They defeated Manchester United at Old Trafford 2-0. And then we call it a miracle or whatsoever. Liverpool were moving towards being crowned invincibles, but they defeated Liverpool 3-0 at Vicarage Road. So
Right.
I
Right.
guess Nigel Pearson was doing a very good job. I don't know what was the issue. And just before the season ended, I mean, like it's just 2 games, and sacking Nigel Pearson, I guess, is a major flaw from the management side.
So I believe now the relegation side would obviously involve Norwich City, Bournemouth,
Exactly.
and Watford, as
Watford.
what we see right now, and Aston Villa will stay in the Premier League, right? Right. Great. So now I would like to shift the focus towards the top four race, as it is something which is like really going out in the Premier League and football fans. So Chelsea has the final fixture against Wolves in the 30th match week. United will face Leicester City at King's Power Stadium. So, starting with Shrey, what is your say? What is your take upon this United and Leicester City's match at King's Power Stadium, which is, I believe, one of the decider as to who will go in the top four. So, your take.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite evident a couple of weeks ago that this race would have gone to the last game of the season,
Right.
and now it has. And all of the players of Leicester as well as of Manchester United know it's all. The prize is a grand prize. You wish if you see on February, the table showed that United was 15 points behind Leicester City.
Right.
To cover such a gap, it has been a massive achievement. But you also talk about the same thing that United does not belong out of the top four. They should not be in such a situation that they have to go down to the last game of the season to qualify for the Champions League. But basically, what United has done after the Premier League restart is that they have to cover up on whatever they had lost
Right.
before the this pandemic. So
Right. Right.
basically, all the hard work they've done, it boils down to zeroes down to this match, and
Right.
the
Right.
stakes are high, and obviously the players will be very much charged on it.
Right.
And at the same time, Chelsea has a very tough game in hand, Wolves, because they also will not just give them the 3 points, and Chelsea won't just take out that 1 point which they also require.
Right,
So
right.
it will be a very interesting scenario coming
Right.
this Sunday.
All right. Before going to Hardik and asking about Chelsea, I would like Noam just one sentence about United and Leicester game. What do you think would end up in the 38 match week?
So it will be a very tough game, both for Manchester United and Leicester City. We've seen Leicester being inconsistent. We've seen them losing here and there. Manchester United have also been consistent, but after the resumption of the Premier League, they were in form. They were winning games. Last two matches, yes, they've also faced draws and defeats in FA Cup. So I guess, but still, Manchester United I think can pull it off.
Right. All right. So moving on to you, Hardik. Chelsea will face Wolves, as you all know. So what will Lampard try to put into his boys and will come to this field at Stanford Bridge?
Yeah, I guess the major talking points against this match will be like giving his best, thinking that like he should not focus on what is happening with Leicester and United. Moreover, what Chelsea should be thinking is to win this match, because that is the best possibility that Chelsea can stay in the top four.
Right.
Because if there are a lot of combinations in way that because the points, if we see that 63, 63 and 62, Leicester is 1 point behind United and Chelsea. But that is when, like, if United and Leicester draw and Chelsea win, then there are a lot of combinations in way that these three teams can end up on the table. So the best possibility of Chelsea that they'll win, that if they try to win and whatever, like best giving the best Lampard, and the starting 11 is the most important thing. And what mistakes were made against Liverpool regarding the defense and the goalkeeper, Lampard should take those points seriously and not make those against Wolverhampton, because obviously it's a good team. Being on the 6th position and having a winning record from two to three matches, they're in a good form, and so that's what we can expect.
So
from
I have one question. So will Lampard include Pulisic in the 11 as what we see in the Liverpool match? He wasn't
according
starting.
According to me, he should include, because given his performance, he, like Pulisic, throughout this season, he's proving himself. He's finding a continuous place in the starting 11. So why not give him a try? Because obviously it's your last game of the season, and everyone wants to play. Even Pedro, who's ending his career at Chelsea, will even want to play. But obviously Pedro will be even if he's substituted, he'll be done in last 2 to 3 minutes only. So at this moment, Pulisic should start in the starting 11 and Kepa should be rested. According to me, I guess it's time for Kepa to move to another club, and I think so Chelsea should start thinking about bringing a new keeper, given his stats this season. And
I
moreover,
guess Kepa has the worst goal to save ratio this season.
Right.
Sorry?
Worst or the second worst ratio.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think so Kepa should has his way out of the club, and more enthusiasm. Defense needs more enthusiasm and a charge. Chelsea needs to be fast and quick in the interceptions and blocking and everything. So defense plays a major role in Chelsea's starting 11.
Right. All right.
I think attack is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll find it very hard for Chelsea to defend against Wolves also, because they've got immense space. They can counter-attack really fast with the likes of Raul Jimenez. Diego Jota is there. Adama Traore is also there, who's I guess the fastest player in the Premier League. So it will be very difficult for Chelsea if they aren't very quick and swift at the back.
Yeah, because there were some minute flaws which we saw against Liverpool. Again, winning the balls, making interception. Rudiger was not as active he should, we were expecting from him. And Azpilicueta, we know he's the best at the current. He did his best, but Zuma and Rudiger were slightly missing the charm that they need in the defense. So yeah, Lampard should think on the defense.
All right. So we'll take a short note from Shrey also on this Wolves and Chelsea game. So Shrey, something 2-3 lines about this match.
I think Chelsea just needs 1 point, and it shouldn't be hard at their home ground to take just 1 point from Wolves.
Right.
But Wolves are in a position of nothing to lose, so they may be motivated, or it may act as counterproductive for them also. So, and at the same time, United can also not just depend on Chelsea and Wolves result.
Right.
So, both the teams have to just take 1 point, but they'll be aiming for a win. It is as simple as that.
Okay, so I believe the better odds are towards United and Chelsea to be joining Liverpool and Manchester City in top four. So I think that is much more prevalent as of now. All right, so moving on towards the end of this discussion, we were talking about Liverpool lifting the Premier League trophy after 30 years. The emotions on the Liverpool fans and in the Anfield are both high, and Liverpool fans were really enjoying that night, as the match was also very impressive as a 5-3 winner. All right, so Noam, I don't know what to ask about it. So just a few emotions from your end.
It was amazing. We knew that we were champions since a month ago. We were like officially and mathematically we were champions around 26th June when Manchester City lost to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. But that feeling of sinking in comes only after when you lift the trophy, and watching Jordan Henderson so deservedly winning the Premier League and lifting it, although in front of an empty stadium, but it did not withhold our emotions and joys. All the 30 years of wait and hurt are over, and we're back.
Great. All right. So, all right. So, Shrey, what are your views about Liverpool lifting the trophy? I know being some sort of rivalry against United and Liverpool, but as of now, Liverpool has already lifted the trophy and they are the real champions. So, yes, Shrey.
First of all, congratulations. With a very heavy heart, I'll say that Liverpool played extremely well this year and the previous one also, but they knew what they wanted very clearly, and it is a massive achievement. But I'll just say that for United, as being a United fan, that it will take a lot less than 30 years to get back to being champions. I'll just say that it is your time. Just enjoy, but it will be very short-lived. I hope so.
Thank you, Shrey, for supporting Manchester United. Moving on to Hardik. So, what do you think? Like the same question to you as well. Your
Yeah, I
emotions,
think
your
that
feelings.
Jurgen Klopp, he deserved this trophy once his lifetime. Obviously, his skills cannot be go in vain, because he just transformed Liverpool from nothing to giving it everything.
Agreed.
Last year they won Champions League. They fought so hard. And yeah, I'll just say, being a Chelsea fan, yeah, it feels dejected, but obviously as a manager, if I see him as a manager and his skills, he totally deserved this trophy. He totally deserved it.
Right. Absolutely. So, once again, congratulations to the Liverpool fans. Congratulations to everybody. Congratulations to Jurgen Klopp. Congratulations to the Liverpool team and everybody at Liverpool.
Exactly.
So, I believe it was a great match week 37th, and we are moving on to match week 38 this Sunday, which will obviously end the course of Premier League season 1920. And we'll move to the next season with all the good vibes and all the good pace.
Before we end this session, can we do one more thing and give our match predictions for race for the last match day 38?
Sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So,
For
which
me,
particular match are you?
Chelsea and Manchester United. Chelsea and
No.
Manchester United.
I'm asking the score prediction. Score prediction for Chelsea, Wolves, and Leicester United.
Sure. Great. All right. So, Hardik, will start with you. What are your views about the Chelsea Wolves match? What is your prediction about Chelsea Wolves match and Leicester United match?
Chelsea Wolves match will be, I guess, 2-1, 2 for Chelsea, 1 for Wolves.
Okay.
And Leicester United will be what I think should be a draw, like 1-1.
Great.
If not draw, I think Manchester United can win that 1-0 or 2-0.
Great. All right. Shrey, moving on to you. What is your prediction about both the matches?
I think that it will be a scrappy 2-1 win for Manchester United. They'll be just edging Leicester out. Not that it will be a very one-sided game. And the same for Chelsea versus Wolves also. 1-0. I predict a 1-0 victory for Chelsea.
Right. And Noam, what is your prediction about both the matches?
I think Chelsea and Wolves will be tight, and they'll end up in a 1-1 draw. And Leicester and Manchester United, I think Manchester United can pull it off 1-0.
Yeah. So I also feel that Manchester United versus Leicester will end up as 1-0, and Chelsea Wolves will probably end up as a draw because both the teams are having the same sort of a form out there. So yeah, I believe 1-1 or maybe 1-0 in favor of Chelsea. All right, guys, thank you so much for being on the board today. And this was a great discussion. We will continue having this great discussion after the match week 38 also to discuss some potential transfers in the next season and one review of the whole season for now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.